Good evening, lovers of mystery and suspense. We take you back to a bygone era, where darkness and fear reigned in the streets of London, to delve together into one of the most heinous crimes in history: the Jack the Ripper murders. In 1888, a series of brutal murders shook the city of London. His victims were poor women who were found murdered in horrific ways in the dark alleys of Whitechapel. The killer did not stop at killing them. He mutilated their bodies in a savage manner, leaving the entire city in a state of terror and panic. The victims of Jack the Ripper lived in dark, impoverished neighborhoods, where prostitution and theft were rampant without the deterrent of law. This helped to conceal his crimes and facilitate his task, making it even more difficult to apprehend him. Mary Ann Nichols was the first of Jack the Ripper's victims. She was found on August 31, 1888, strangled to death in one of the Whitechapel streets. Her crime was characterized by extreme brutality, as the killer had slit her throat and opened her abdomen. The murder of Mary Ann Nichols was followed by a series of horrific murders. On September 8, Annie Chapman was killed, and on September 20, Elizabeth Stride and Catherine Eddowes were killed in the same night, known as the double murder night. These crimes were characterized by increasing brutality, as the killer mutilated the bodies of his victims in even more gruesome ways. Jack the Ripper's mysterious letters added a new dimension to the horror. He sent them to newspapers and the police, threatening more killings and mocking their attempts to catch him. These letters made the case even more difficult, as they showed the criminal's frightening intelligence and knowledge of medicine. Despite the intensive efforts of the investigators, they were unable to apprehend Jack the Ripper. They faced great difficulty in gathering evidence, due to the circumstances of the victims and the locations of the crimes, as well as the killer's misleading letters. The list of suspects included many people, most notably, Aaron Kosminski. He was a Jewish butcher who suffered from mental illnesses. William White, he was a medical student who suffered from psychological disorders. George Francis Cope, he was a butcher known for his violent behavior. Frederick Baum, he was a barber who suffered from physical deformities. Although more than 130 years have passed since the Jack the Ripper crimes, his true identity remains a baffling mystery. Investigators were unable to prove the conviction of anyone, and the case remains open to this day. Many theories have been put forward about the identity of Jack the Ripper, some realistic and others fictional. Some of the theories included Dr. William White. Some believed that White, the medical student, was Jack the Ripper because of his knowledge of anatomy and his easy access to surgical tools. George Francis Cope. Some accused him of committing the crimes because of his violent behavior and the scars on his hands. Frederick Baum. Some believed that Baum, the deformed barber, was Jack the Ripper because of his hatred of women and his desire to mutilate them. The conspiracy theory. Some put forward a theory that Jack the Ripper was a member of the royal family or one of the high-ranking figures, which led to the concealment of his identity. What do you think about the Jack the Ripper crimes? Who do you think he is? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below.